Why is it every time I hop on social media or see someone online, it's always, I hate my 9 to 5 or I'm quitting my 9 to 5. And it just got me thinking, like, I low-key love my 9 to 5. If it's not love, it's a very highly likable 9 to 5. You know, and it's like, the task is so simple. All I do is this. I drive. It just got me thinking, like, how do people really know? How do people really know that they hate their 9 to 5 versus, you know, they're just tired of doing like the same thing, and maybe they just want like a switch up or something like that. Because I feel like, because I'm thinking back to like old jobs that I had, maybe in like high school, or like right after high school, like full-time positions. I guess high school, I really didn't work full-time. After high school, I had a full-time position at Amazon, and that was like warehouse stuff. Well, being a delivery driver, I felt like the days, they didn't go as quick. I'd say maybe like regular speed in a sense. Like, okay, I'm doing 8 hours. Kind of feels like I just did 8 hours. But then I think back to when I worked at like fast food joints, Chipotle, Wingstop, or I worked at a small concrete like third-party warehouse. Those hours, it felt like I was moving at half speed. So instead, that 8-hour shift, it more felt like 12 hours, you know, and the day was dragging. It's kind of slow paced. Versus now, where I'm at driving my CDL, I feel like time's moving at like 1.5 speed, or at least 1.25. So if I'm, for like every 8 hours I do, kind of feels like 5 or 6 hours went by, but it was really like 8. And for me, a normal work day is probably between like 10 to 12 hours. So it kind of just feels like a regular like 7-8 hour shift. But like, because I don't know if it's just I start so early, because I'm really trying to decide, like, it just seems like it's all over. Everybody's saying how they hate their 9 to 5, but like, I just don't relate to that. I don't know. I mean, it kind of upsets me when even now working at my job, I see people like at the factories or the warehouses I deliver to, and you know, they're just like miserable. Like, you can tell either somebody has something going on in their personal life, or it's just the job in general. It's just like they hate their life, they hate their job, and they kind of bring that to the world, you know, that hate. And it's like, man, I don't like being around these people, just like miserable people, you know. And I truly believe emotions are contagious. So if I hang around somebody that's negative or miserable too long, then I feel like I'm gonna start becoming that. Like, I'm gonna start adopting those values, which I do not want. Which is why I only like hanging with positive mind people. And lucky for me, being in the truck all day, I'm with myself majority of the time. So of course I'm gonna keep myself in a good spirit. I mean, hell, I'm grateful I even got this job. Because, tell you the truth, like, I could be without a job in the first place, right? And I feel like people kind of take their jobs for granted. But I didn't when I had shitty jobs, and, well, I definitely don't now. This is my second trucking job. And this job, where I'm at right now, compared to my first truck job, is like 10 times better. In like every aspect, every way, management, from the stuff I'm hauling to what I'm actually doing day to day, the hours, everything, people, by far better. And I just think people get too, I don't know, complacent, get too comfortable, they're stagnant, to where like they make just enough to get by, and their job just they do just enough just to keep that person at the job, right? So if I'm someone, say for example, I was someone working at a factory and I just hated where I was at, I hated this job, I hate quote unquote my 9 to 5, I would do everything I can as soon as I get off work to be trying to get into something else. Why would I stay with this miserable job that I have if like it's causing me to be so negative and such in a bad mindset? Like, wouldn't you think I would be trying to get out of that? But I find a lot of times people would just rather complain about the situation than actually try and change the situation. Because honestly, after your 9 to 5, that 5 to 9 hour period is when you can really get out of that one 9 to 5 that you truly hate. And I know you hear it online, people talk about do like a side hustle for your 5 to 9 so you can get out of your 9 to 5. But reality is, it's going to take much more work than that, more like 5 to 11 plus weekends, like extra grinding to like start up a business. And not everybody's made to start a business. I mean, that's just the reality. And the easiest path, I mean, I was in that exact same situation. The easiest path, because I feel like I still want to be a business owner, and I feel like I will be. But from going from my factory job, I was making about almost $20 an hour. After I get out of that place, like, I'm just mentally and physically drained. Being at my truck job now, I'm not mentally drained because there ain't nothing really going on. Driving is like breathing to me. And I'm not physically drained because the majority of the time I'm sitting in the seat, right? So it's not damn camera overheated on me. Anyways, my job now is not too physically demanding on me. And I'm not even just in a truck all day either. Like, I haul flatbed, so like steel and aluminum, so I'm always out. I'm strapping the truck, tarping it, stuff like that. So I am moving in a sense, but it's not like heavy physical labor. Like, even working at Amazon with all the deliveries, like, there was a time schedule, and you're bending over, you're bending your back, you know, getting all the packages. You got heavy packages, sometimes, 50 to 80 pounds, constantly like in and out of the truck. Like, I feel like my back and my neck was like the main thing that was bothering me working there, and constantly getting in and out the seat. I was at the point where I wanted good numbers. I'm just so competitive like that. I was like running to people's like doorsteps and everything like that. But anyways, like after all that, if I'm working at Amazon delivering packages all day, I'm going to be exhausted by the time I get home, so I'm not going to be wanting to try to start up a business. And businesses, really, you shouldn't expect anything to come from them in the first 2 years. So imagine just working for 2 years for free, like, and you're drained and exhausted after all that. Like, it sucks. Instead, what I did for my 5 to 9 basically was I invested into myself, getting my CDL. So one, I could get a higher paying job, like off the rip, doubling what I was making at Amazon. And then two, it also helped me like kind of clear my mind into like what I actually want to do. It's like the best stepping stone. And that's why I love it so much. Like, by no means am I comfortable to where I'm going to be like complacent staying where I'm at. Of course, I could stay where I'm at and live a pretty decent life. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I say I'm probably better than like 70% of people. You know, that's just like reality of it. And it's truly a blessing. It's kind of like a hidden gem, I feel like, because most people don't even, I don't know, they just don't consider it. Obviously, everybody knows a truck driver. They know what truck driving is. They see trucks literally every time you get on the highway. You will see a truck, you know. So everybody knows what it is. I guess nobody really considers it, and getting into it is not that hard, you know. Sure, it's gonna take a little bit of a sacrifice. Like, it took me probably like 2 months in total trying to figure out where I'm gonna go and, you know, get the funding, studying, like just basic shit like that. So by no means was it easy, but it was a pretty simple path. And I'm at the point now to where this 9 to 5 that I have, it helps me create something to where I want to start a business, right? So now I have ideas coming up, and I'm starting to kind of work towards things when I get off work, just because like I'm full of energy still. And it's cool because I'm still working out every day because my body's not physically drained. You know, like these guys working in construction, I remember doing masonry, like there's no way I could work, you know, even just 8 hours working straight masonry, doing like mixing mud, mixing mortar, laying bricks, like labor like that, and then getting off, going to the gym. Like, it's like very hard, you know. So obviously respect to guys that do that, but I remember when I didn't want to go to the gym. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, man. And you go home and you try to just relax. That might involve, you know, drugs, like smoking or alcohol, like any kind of substance, you know, kind of just to, I don't know, ease the pain. Is that the right thing to say about it? In a sense, I mean, you're kind of coping for the day you just did, and you know you got to go back tomorrow, so you only got a couple hours to yourself. Why not have a few brewskis, smoke a little bit, you know, kind of just finish up your day, chill, lay on the couch. I totally get it. But like working here, having my CDL, like when I go home, I'm ready to work on something better, you know? Like right now, starting up this YouTube, this is fun, you know? Kind of just going through the motion of like editing and posting. And then I'm interested in stocks, and I'm learning about just the equities market and crypto and stuff. So I have time to do that, not to mention all the downtime I have while driving. So I can just play videos constantly, just learning something. And that's truly why I love having my CDL. So I mean, if anybody that's making less than, I say probably $25 an hour, like definitely look into getting your CDL. Because for me, it definitely changed my life. It was a whole game changer. Like, I make as much money now than if I were to stay in college and get my degree. Mind you, I was going for a computer scientist. I looked up salaries. Salaries in Ohio is $79,000 as a computer scientist. I'm making that in my first year as a truck driver. Like, come on. Sure, I probably put in maybe a little bit extra hours, but these hours are nothing to me, you know? And the capability of making more is still up there, mind you. Like, I'm going into my second year of having my CDL. It's not like, you know, I've been in the industry for 5+ years and now I'm making this money. Like, no, this is like off the rip. Started making $80K off the rip. So I love it, and I don't know, hopefully this gets to someone that's stuck in a place right now. They working a dead-end job, they want to do more, but they're just exhausted, you know, because I totally get that. I'm telling you, CDL is going to change your life. and you can focus on things that you actually want to do, even if you don't want to be a business owner. Like, just imagine all that extra time. Like, you got kids or something, or you got all kinds of hobbies, interests. Like, man, when you get off work, you have time to actually go out and do these things. Like, I don't know, I like roller skating. So shoot, I could get off after a nice little 10-hour, 11-hour shift. I could go roller skating for a couple hours, like 2.5 hours, and I'm good. Because it's not like I'm draining my body all day doing too much physical work. And that's the beauty of it. And you might not start off with, nice hours or, the best management in your first trucking job. Get your 6 months experience, and then boom, send out some applications, update the resume, send out some more applications, and then, you can go anywhere. So that's all I had to say.